Well, just a few more sleeps until Eagles at Rams, but with Fletcher Cox out due to a back injury, why are some suggesting he could miss multiple weeks? Speaking of injuries, since Cam Jurgens is out, Sua Opeta will take over at right guard. Why is he really confident he can shut down Aaron Donald? Plus, what can we expect to see from Jalen Carter? But first, let's run it. What's up, guys? Okay, so first, let's start with the announcement that the LA Rams will be honoring Dick Vermeil at halftime during Sunday's Eagles game. As most of you probably recall, Vermeil receives his Hall of Fame Ring of Excellence from the Eagles last year, so he'll get his Rams one this week, which is a pretty cool honor for the great ball coach. And honestly, at least it's not near as bad as some of the other road games like playing on Tom Brady Day or the absolute trolling the Bucs tried to do by honoring Rondé Barber. At least the good news is that the Eagles are undefeated this season when the opposing team honors someone at halftime.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
Well, turns out that's not the only one deserving recognition on Sunday, as Jason Kelce will start his 144th straight game, tying the enforcer John Runyon for most consecutive starts in franchise history, which is really just absurd considering the number of injuries Kelce's played through. Most notably in 2018 when he had a grade 2 MCL tear, a broken foot, and a torn elbow, yet didn't miss a game. Oh yeah, the best part of all of that is the fact that Sexy Batman still won All-Pro honors because of how good he was. Unfortunately, some injuries are a little bit more limiting, like the sprained foot guard Cam Jurgens is dealing with, sidelining him for this week and more than likely the next couple weeks, meaning 4-year guard Sua Opeta is the next man up. Yet head coach Nick Sirianni's confident in the 27-year-old, saying he was unbelievable on Sunday versus the Commanders, and although he didn't play as much last year, in 2021 Sua gave us a lot. We've won some big games with him on that field, so we know he has great power. Okay, yeah, but that's not that hard to believe for a guy that led all offensive linemen in 2019 at the NFL Combine in bench press. And Jason Kelce's certainly seen the progression.
Sua's been here for a long time, very physically gifted, and he's come a long way. And really, anytime he's been asked to answer the bell for us, he's gone in for the most part, done a really good job.
I mean, that really shouldn't come as a surprise, should it? In case you don't recall, back in 21, Kelce claimed Sua Opeta's stock was hotter than a Tesla since he'd been killing it in one-on-one drills.
What the hell is this?
It's my car. It's a Prius.
Come on, give the guy a little more credit than that. Since after all, like Thomas Peterson pointed out, Sua Opeta was the highest graded pass blocker against the commies, so he did more than fine stepping in. However, despite his pass blocking being more than acceptable, the 6'4", 305-pounder left a bit to be desired in the run game against Washington. Although Sexy Batman would argue it's a small sample size, saying, Sua's got all the traits. I think some guys perform on the field, but they're kind of missing a few things. Teams are always trying to move on from them. Sua is pretty much the opposite of that. He's got all the traits, he's very physically gifted, he's very strong, he's explosive, and he's really taken a lot of steps as far as being more consistent. Yeah, hopefully that's true and a light bulbs went off for Opeta because he's definitely going to need it against future Hall of Famer and 7-time All-Pro Aaron Donald on Sunday. Yet the Utah native is supremely confident in the matchup.
Yeah, obviously he's a really good player, so we're just going to trust in the game plan and watch some extra film, but we're going to hone in on that and be ready for him. When you're getting in and you're playing well, your confidence just shoots up. So, I mean, I'm really confident in my own ability to play. So it's cool that I get to go out there against Aaron Donald now and prove that.
Okay, I love the readiness to take on the Terminator, but let's make sure we're not writing him off like Sam Monson claims some people were. Not really sure who those people were, though. But as Sam points out, Donald is first among interior defenders in pass rushing grade, total pressures, and pass rush win rate. So Aaron Donald is still Aaron Donald, which the undrafted free agent from 2019 is very well aware of.
I'm aware of it. Like, I know if the interior D linemen are going to be really good players or not going into the week. And I got to prepare, you know, as if I'm going up against an elite player, because I am. So it is knowing how they play, and a lot of it is just knowing your own strengths.
I mean, I'm not sure there's a better chance to test your strengths in an actual game than going up against Aaron Donald. Of course, like we were talking about a second ago, it's not like Opeta hasn't started before, with him getting 2 starts at left guard in 2020 and 2 more in 2021, before starting at right guard in the 2021 playoff game against Tampa, where he allowed only 1 quarterback hit in 66 snaps. Plus, the main catalyst for Sua's continued progression, which probably comes as no surprise, is learning from Eagles O-line coach Jeff Stoutland. As Opeta shared, the first thing Stout told me my rookie year when I ran into him in the hallway before I did any meetings or anything with him is he told me just listen to the coaching and you'll be fine.
I will give you the rest of the 10 at lunch.
Okay, fortunately, he's getting all the tips from Stout, and I think it's pretty obvious that there's no one better to learn from. With Stout proving time and time again that he's one of a kind by taking long shots and turning them into serious NFL players. Like 5th-round pick Halapulavati Vaitai, I might have been just a little off the pronunciation, or turning Kelce into a regular all-pro, or my favorite example of all being 7th-round pick Jordan Mailata, who's for sure a top 10 if not top 5 offensive tackle in the league. So hopefully the legendary coach can do just that, and I wouldn't necessarily bet against him, but what do y'all think? How do you think Sua will do, and do you think he can limit Aaron Donald? Personally, I like the backup's chances to at least slow him down thanks to Stout's proven ability to contain the beast. Because let's remember, Philadelphia's won 3 of 4 games against Aaron Donald, where the D linemen's registered just 6 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 6 quarterback hits, and 0 sacks. Although yes, Donald's going to create some pressures, but it wouldn't surprise me if this O-line and game plan can dial something up to keep him off balance. Either way, I feel like this game could be really close. Hold on, we're still going to win though. However, several analysts have begun taking the Rams due to the cross-country travel and other concern areas for the Eagles. Like CBS's John Breach, who said the problem for the Eagles is that their struggling pass defense gets to face a suddenly revitalized Matt Stafford. Last year, Stafford had only one weapon in Cooper Kupp, and when that weapon got injured, the Rams' offense fell apart. This year, Kupp could be returning for the game, but even if he doesn't, Stafford has a new favorite weapon in Puka Nacua. Puka has 39 catches this season, which not only leads the NFL, but it's also an NFL record for the most receptions for a player through his first 4 games. In fact, no other player in NFL history even had 31 catches through 4 weeks before Puka came along. So thanks in large part to Puka, Stafford is averaging 307.3 passing yards per game this season, which is second in the NFL behind only Tua Tagovailoa. The Rams have been surprisingly good this year, and if people haven't started noticing them yet, they will after this game. Alright, sure, the passing numbers are up, but I wouldn't exactly call Stafford's play of 62% completion percentage and 3 touchdowns compared to 5 interceptions elite. However, it sounds like LA will at least get Cooper Kupp back.
It says limited. He's not going to be limited. I mean, so I was like Ron Burgundy just reading off the damn injury report. So he's going through a normal practice. We'll see how he's feeling, and we'll progress him as the week goes.
All right, not gonna lie, I never like injuries, but the Rams getting Cooper Kupp back makes me a little uncomfortable because like Doug Farrar shared, this isn't the best matchup for Philly's defense since Sean McVay demolished the Colts cover 3 with high-low clear-out crossers, and as we saw for the Eagles against the Vikings in week 2, the Birds were certainly vulnerable in that area. Plus, as we've all seen through 4 games, the Eagles ranked 27th in pass defense at 261 yards per game, allowing the 3rd most touchdown passes, 9, and the 2nd most passing first downs. In fact, they're the first team in NFL history to start 4-0 while allowing 9 touchdown passes and 67% completion percentage in the first 4 contests.
I'm just a little nervous.
Well, I can't fault you if you are, because now starting defensive tackle Fletcher Cox is out for Sunday's game, after Ian Rappaport reported that Fletch underwent an epidural injection procedure this week to alleviate discomfort he'd been experiencing in his back over the past couple weeks. However, the source said if he has to miss any time, the expectation is it's not more than 1 game, although there's a chance now it could be even longer, with Pro Football doc David Chow saying not good news and signals a long-term issue likely related to nerve irritation and could be a multi-week issue. Wouldn't be surprised if Fletch misses multiple games, which I guess the silver lining is that it means more snaps for Jalen Carter. Okay, first off, prayers for Fletch, and hopefully it's not a long-term thing, but just the idea of an epidural doesn't sound great. The positive way to look at it though is that at least we have the depth to deal with an injury like this, which is why it wouldn't surprise me if Sean Desai was sharing plans with Jalen Carter saying we're about to give you a lot more snaps. And why shouldn't they? Since like ESPN's Bill Barnwell wrote, replacing Javon Hargrave wasn't supposed to be this easy. When Carter dropped to the 9th pick, the Eagles were happy to trade up and pounce. He's fit right in with the league's deepest pass rush. He already has 1.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles through 4 games, while looking like an immediately disruptive force at tackle for new defensive coordinator Sean Desai. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to see, because Carter's generated a pressure once every 9.1 pass rush opportunities on the season, which is why the Breadman's second among all NFL interior defenders in pressures with 20, behind only Aaron Donald's 22. The main difference? Baby Rhinos played 85 fewer snaps than Donald, although JC's already surpassed Aaron Donald in one category, since his rank among interior defenders for the first 4 games of their NFL career over the last 18 years ranks first in PFF grade of 92.2, total pressures of 20, and pass rush win rate 23.2%. As Sam pointed out, the person with the previous best grade after 4 games is some guy named Aaron Donald. I mean, the dude is on a historic pace and is looking forward to play in front of one of his idols.
Probably chop it up about anything that he could give to me as a rookie.
I'll probably take a picture with him too.
How can you not just love the fact that Carter never seems to stop perfecting his craft? But let's not forget about big man Jordan Davis, who despite being the most double-team defensive tackle in the NFL during run plays, JD still has the highest run stop rate in the league. Translation, he's absolutely shredding double teams. Look, we talk about Carter, but honestly, seeing JD's jump so far from year 1 to year 2 has been just about as impressive. Yet the coolest part is we're finally going to get to see them Georgia dudes starting up front. So get comfortable and take a glimpse into the future of what we'll have for many years to come. Of course, I'm not saying losing Fletcher Cox isn't a loss or won't be felt, but like John McMullen said, looks like the Eagles are going to be without Fletcher Cox and Marlon Tuipulotu on Sunday, but still have Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, and Kentavious Street to lean on at defensive tackle. Also may get a first look at rookie Moro Ajomo. Now that's depth. Speaking of depth, it looks like Britton Covey, who suffered the concussion against the Commanders, may actually have a chance to play on Sunday, after he cleared the concussion protocol and was a limited participant at practice. And Quez Watkins is also pointing toward a full return, so may get a look at him for the first time since week 2. Okay, I'm interested to see if that helps in any way, but regardless, it's going to be a tough matchup. Curious to know what y'all's score predictions are for the game. I'm going to go with Eagles 27-24. And just a friendly reminder that we'll be live streaming the game with play-by-play and reactions, as well as giving away this cool Stoutland hoodie. Which, by the way, in case you want in on the giveaway, I've got a survey link in the description. All you've got to do is go in and complete the survey and then comment in the comment section, done. Also getting super close to hitting 20,000 subscribers and a really cool announcement planned once we get there. So be sure to keep an eye out. This has been the Philly Special.